Gylwch a perigol cyfleoedd cif man oddau Welcome everyone to the very first RuneScape Dragonwilds Summit. I'm Mod Doom and I am so delighted to show you our roadmap for 2026, celebrate an incredible anniversary, and most importantly, give you early looks at what's to come. Joining me on the set here is our very own executive producer, Mr. Dragonwilds himself, Mod Dutch, everybody. Round of applause. Hey.
Hello, Doom. It's a pleasure to see you again. How are you doing?
You? I'm good. It's hard to believe that 9 months ago we were here talking about Dragonwilds for the first time.
Yeah.
And here we are.
We're back.
We are so back.
Well, we never went away.
We never went away. No, we didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, unless you've been living under a rock or you've been, I don't know, stranded on an island that's ruled by tyrannical dragons, then you might not know that we are celebrating 25 years of RuneScape.
Yeah.
A quarter of a century of chopping down trees, cooking cakes, and beheading dragons. Well, 25 years on, not much has changed. It just looks a little bit nicer. For those of you who've only been introduced to RuneScape through RuneScape Dragonwilds, worry not, we're not here to look backwards. We are here to look forwards. Let's see that roadmap. Ah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Ah, what a lovely, lovely look at everything coming your way this year. What's the bit that you're the most excited about, Mod Dutch? What stands out to you?
I think all of the updates that we've got planned are basically going to be so incredibly cool. We're going to show you today actual footage from Down the Reach. It's going to be amazing. I really look forward to Umbral Sands as well. But yeah, of course, the idea that we're going to be finishing the Kuldra saga this year and kill the God Eater herself, that's going to be amazing. But we've got, outside of the major updates that are coming every quarter, we've also got a really cool minor updates. So we've already passed the one in January where we provided the players with a couple of more cool new quests and some activities. But February is going to be really nice because we've got a really cool content drop then as well. And that's going to be extended throughout May and June as well. It's going to be an amazing year.
There's a lot to be excited for. And that first content drop that we released, we gave you some new quests, some new activities, some new stuff to chase, some capes, some amazing looking gear for you to tool yourself up with, to explore. And we're just going to hope to keep repeating more of that. So there's a lot to be excited for coming your way this year. And don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from some of the lovely J-Mods about our journey so far.
RuneScape Dragonwilds is going from strength to strength, and we are not stopping. Our first area expansion, Fell Hollow, has arrived, and there's 3 more to come before Kuldra Saga must come to an end.
But first, let's take a look at our journey.
From that shadow drop,
all the way to facing Kuldra. I'm Mod Sharky.
I'm Mod Cerberus. I'm Mod Deluxe.
I'm Mod Debris.
I'm Mod Raven.
I'm Mod Bitfox.
I'm Mod Doom, and welcome to the first RuneScape Dragonwilds Summit. Over a year ago, we started our journey of building this game with players. There's been some bugs, but we've had over 30,000 players get hands-on with what would become RuneScape Dragonwilds. And many of the team, myself included, worked over the holidays last year to listen to your feedback and even gave you challenges.
Some of you took getting hands-on slightly too literally. One of you, Santo, decided to beat just about everything on the continent to pieces with just lefty and righty. The feedback was clear. We were onto something special here, but you wanted more of the things that you come to expect from Gielinor. And we took that personally.
We've heavily invested in growing the team and in making sure that RuneScape is at the heart of our approach to developing more content for you. Since then, we've talked to the community about feedback on every aspect of the game, and as a result, Dragonwilds is really taking shape.
We've introduced the crossbows, voted on by the community as a weapon class alongside the range skill update in 0.9. 77% is a pass, right?
We've reworked cooking so you can burn your food like the old days of being a cooking noob, and we've added our version of the legendary hit splats.
Our community is broad and far-reaching, and we are delighted that RuneScape means so much to so many of you, even in this new genre.
We launched RuneScape Dragonwilds in 5 languages and localized the game into 2 new languages since release. We're going to continue to support more languages as the game continues to grow and reach new audiences. Muito obrigado por fazer parte da nossa jornada.
We've been working on delivering amazing new music to complement the incredible soundscapes of Ashenfall, and we've been talking to players about which classic old school and RuneScape songs you want us to adapt in our own style. In our 0.9 update, we doubled the amount of music in the game, and we're going to continue adding more great tracks for you with every expansion. We've been tracking your adventures, seeing where you die, where you build, and where you go. Some places have wound up being a real battleground, and the numbers don't lie. More than 13 million of you have wound up as a statistic on one of our dashboards.
Feedback like yours and data like this helps us understand what needs to change and what we can improve to make these updates feel as excellent as they can. We've been taking player feedback on board about the sort of things that you'd like us to work on, while the bigger stuff is still coming.
Controller support, refactoring skills, even fast-tracking our work towards giving you dedicated servers earlier than our initially estimated release date. But improving what we have is only part of our story. There is so much more to show, and we are building it with you.
Fell Hollow is the first of our expansions, and the next chapter in Kuldra's saga. A region of decay, rot, and horror. Scary stuff.
We've loved seeing you take your first steps into the beyond.
Stare death in the face.
Welcome.
Sit in chairs. This has been our first region update, and a chance for our team to learn how to work better now that our team is bigger than ever.
Steel, split bark, and green dragonhide came through as iconic. Truly RuneScape-y progression upgrades you didn't want us to skip over. When we polled if you wanted steel or to skip to the more magical Mithril, the answer was clear. No, we needed steel.
We added 11 new enemy types. Skeletons, rats. Spoilers on that one, I guess. We've expanded the map to give you even more places to explore, build, and farm in. We really wanted to create a haunting, unique landscape filled with opportunities to deepen the lore of Ashenfall, and you've already been connecting those threads. Fell Hollow, just like the skills we've added in-game, and the material crafting tiers, is just the beginning.
We've also introduced farming, a first new skill to the game, and we've loved seeing you nurturing and growing your own homestead. What we're doing here is laying the foundations of everything that we're going to continue to build on, and we're sharing it with you early. With every update, we're going to be adding more to refine, improve, and expand on those foundations. Expect more quests, more content, and more RuneScape.
Fell Hollow has been so much fun for us to create with you, and while we're continuing to work on Fell Hollow's updates, some of us are already focusing our attention towards our next region, Dowden Reach.
Gosh, they're a charming lot, aren't they? I wish my houses looked that good in game. The one that you saw in that video was particularly built by Inu and Snee, so thank you to those two for that amazing build. We set those two up with an early look at the farming system, and they came back with a breathtaking homestead. Right, that's a lot to take in. What's it like being 9 months out from our release into early access? Have you worn off the anxiety from that shadow drop and me having to give you the thumbs up to be like, it's out, we can play it now?
Well, I mean, anxiety, certainly there was anxiety leading up to the shadow drop, because honestly, we had no idea how this game would blow up and how positive the reception would be. We had no idea. So I can remember those days of leading up to that moment as being a bit dread-filled indeed. But the actual shadow drop itself, that moment is a very fond memory for me. When you and I and Mod North sat here, we announced it, and then hearing the team cheer in the auditorium, just it buzzing through the walls, it was such a great feeling. So I've got nothing but fond memories.
Absolutely. And you know, Fell Hollow's release also blew our expectations out of the water, and we have been supplementing those with those minor updates you touched on earlier.
Yep.
Specifically, I want to ask you, what is the difference between a minor update and a major update for folks who may not have dipped their toes back in since release?
Yep. Fair enough. So we are using Steam's terminology here, minor updates, major updates. They're all included in the price of admission of early access. If you've got the game, then you've got access to all of those. And minor updates are minor tentpole moments where we try to give you some extra content for the month. We want you to experience something cool every month, basically. And recently, I went online and said we're going to be delivering you quests every single month, and a new team has been formed in order to do that. And they are going to be filling those moments between the major updates with awesome beats. And the difference between the minor updates and the major updates is that those major updates, they come with a new material tier, a new skill, a new region, new bosses to fight, also new quests. So they're quite a lot bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, massive shout out to the World and Activities team.
Yes.
Who are toiling away all the time, making more awesome content for you to sink your teeth into. Awesome stuff already that we've seen coming out of them, and more to come every month, as you say, to sort of supplement your adventures. So we're expecting to see more of these minor updates, bring a little bit more content for you to comb through, explore, and enjoy as we're busy chipping away at our next region. Speaking of regions and updates.
Yeah.
The shadow of Zamorak, god of chaos, hangs darkly over the region of Dowden Reach. A fortress lost to time, the order fallen, the structure decayed, a place of paranoia, betrayal, and above all, chaos.
The withered, maddened heart of this fortress city still beats. A sword in the darkness, savage, unerring, and steadfast. The Black Knights. For this region, we're focusing on the fortress's structure to emphasize vault-like exploration, puzzles, combat, and rewarding exploration. We've been listening to your feedback since we launched into early access about vaults, exploration, and progression. You wanted more of that? Sure thing. Fighting through the region will unlock key materials and allow you to access the next tier of materials, which we're excited to show you.
Delve into the inner keep. Those worthy of the task will find riches of Mithril, Mystic Cloth, and the next challenge, Blue Dragons! Please tell me that didn't shatter. We've got plenty to keep you busy as you fight to establish a foothold against the Black Knight. The audio team is going to be continuing to deliver atmospheric, richly textured music and soundscapes you'll want to listen to in and out of the game. And of course, fishing is going to be coming your way with his update. Fear me, fishies.
Zamorak's influence has warped and shaped this region, a place of torment, of fear, and the barrier between you and the next region.
Holy Zamorak. The Lord of Chaos's influence reaches into the world once again, and where he goes, chaos follows. The twisted pathways and echoing halls of Dowden Reach beckon. But before I go in there and get all scared, I sat down with Mod Rook to talk about Dowden Reach, and I asked how different this is from other updates we've had, and a brief overview of what you can expect getting in there. Here's what he had to say.
Dowden Reach is our next region, and it's going to bring you some Zamorakian influence chaos. Here sits a Black Knight fortress, where crazed mages, formidable Black Knights, and imposing lesser demons roam. I wouldn't be shocked if you came across some blue dragons on your travels either. Dowden Reach is more dense with architecture than any previous region you've experienced so far. The fortress is a sprawling, interconnected labyrinth of stone, and exploration is going to feel great as you carve your way through a new progression tier focused on obtaining mithril-level gear and weapons. To pass through the fortress and reach the next region, you're going to need to take down the Gatekeeper, a giant Black Knight Titan wielding a sword of flame and a very disagreeable temperament.
Gosh, he's good at that, isn't he? I think we need to get him an audiobook deal or something, right?
I can literally listen to him for hours, and quite often I do actually listen to him for hours.
I feel like
talk.
when you get him going on a topic like
Yes,
Dowden Reach, he'll
he's
just
amazing. Yeah.
go off for hours and hours. If you're watching Modric, we're not saying that meanly. Please serenade us more with your visions for where you want this to go. So this is an update we've built with player feedback at the very core. We heard your feedback. I've said the word exploration so many times.
3 times.
Who's counting? 3.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to say it again. You wanted more elaborate interiors. You wanted more challenging exploration. There it is. And you wanted more RuneScapey enemies. Good news, the Black Knights have answered. So you're going to be facing off against these fearsome-looking foes. But they're not alone. There's going to be more, but you're going to find out more about them as we get closer. But what has been our biggest inspiration or motivation for this update, Mod Dutch?
So I think that going to the RuneScape lore, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is the Black Knight's fortress that we're inspired by.
Yep.
And for those of you that are unfamiliar with RuneScape lore, it is basically this fortress of evil knights and evil sorcerers and demons. But it's heavily inspired by the look of the Black Knight's fortress from RuneScape. And, you know, when you look at other media, like other games, actually we were a little bit inspired by Stormveil Castle from Elden Ring and Sen's Fortress from Dark Souls,
Yep.
or, you know, Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time earlier this week chatting to Mod Art, and I was sort of grabbing what little time I could grab of him because he's always so busy in the creativity mines, carving
Yes.
out amazing stuff. But I sort of had a chat with him, and I was like, "Talk to me about Dowden," and he was like pulling out these amazing diagrams, like architectural diagrams of the floor plan of the entire keep, and he was like, he used the term shape language about 40 times because he loves talking
Yes,
about it. It's
shape
such a
language.
he's like, let's talk about shape language. And the thing I came away from that conversation was, 1, he's mad about it, and 2, every single piece of that space has been designed with pure intent and vision, and
Yes.
it's looking awesome. It's a departure from the hauntingly beautiful fields of Fell Hollow, but something entirely different. Let's see it in action. Some Easter eggs in there for the keen-eyed amongst you. But most importantly, what a vibe. Thank you so much to Mod Arc and the team for putting that trailer together. It's incredible. And you get to see so much of Dowden Reach in there. But not everything. This update's scheduled to release this spring, but you already know the way. Your journey into Dowden Reach will take you through Fell Hollow. So, for those of you seeking adventure, you'll need to bring down not 1, but 2 dragon generals to get there. Slay Velgar, and then bring down the revenant dragon Immeru, and your path to Dowden Reach is clear. That ominous gatehouse you've seen in the distance is your destination. A great and mysterious power draws Kuldra's brood to the accursed keep. Not at all ominous, and it's probably something worth nicking, or at least giving a poke. Between you and this ominous stone, not much, just an ageless cult of Zamorakian worshippers, black knights, and blue dragons for good measure. with an area like this, we've ramped up that atmosphere. So you can expect the audio team to deliver in their usual fashion, of course. I'm beyond excited to get my hands on this area. I can't wait. Let me in. Someone in chat has just asked, will this have to pass a poll to get added? No. We know what's good for you. You're welcome. And we can't wait for you to get involved and dive right in. But okay, we've seen a little bit of it, and I'm teasing you now. How about we take a little walk into Dowden Reach, just to see how it's looking, shall we? And this is it. Here we are. Dowden Reach is here, and you can just meander around when it's not trying to kill you.
Look at that atmosphere. It is so amazing.
I remember first poking my head into Dowden Reach when it was at the white box stage. So there was no lighting, no VFX, and there were no textures, and it was just, ooh, I could already see the vision.
But if you remember, even at white box stage, when we first saw how big it was and
scale,
how vertical and how much exploration you'll be able to do there. We were so psyched, and it has just gotten better and better and better.
Look at that skeleton.
Yeah,
He looks very
look at that
relaxed. He's chilling. God, I wish that were me. And every inch of this place has decoration that I need.
I mean, I can see you, setting up shop there, Doom. It's
100%.
This is sort of your home.
This is exactly what I want my house to look like in real life. So if I can pull this off, that's the dream.
Lighting.
Oh, ominous! It's so that. I mean, I hope that's underfloor heating. I hope that's not just ominous glow with no benefits to it. But who knows? Maybe it is. So some folks are asking if this is armor that they're going to be able to get. It is. You're going to be able to see more of it very soon. Yeah. And look at that.
Also worthy of note is that the viewers at home, they might not know this, but they will discover this. But yeah, it seems quite easy for this person to walk into this space unchallenged, but that's of course because this is all in development at the moment, and all the enemies have been switched off. It is a fair amount more challenging than what is displayed here. Oh, look at those chickens, by the way.
Yeah, this place looks harmless. I don't think there's anything wrong with this place. I feel like we could just move in. No one's here. I think this is fine. But as you said, there's more threat here than we're giving away.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil everything, right?
No. We want you to be excited and to prove to you that it's definitely real. To reassure you folks that it's absolutely happening. But that blue light is of interest to me. I think we'll talk about that in a minute.
I love the fact how it's so, it's so obviously evil looking, but still there's somehow the beauty of a touch of autumn in there as well.
I know that when we first sort of started exploration and I started to see those mood arts coming out of, what if it was just autumn here, and the yellow leaves and the initial ideas of maybe having like falling leaves and adding to that atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because it's at night, of course, it's ominous and terrifying and scary, but in the daylight, it's got a sort of haunting beauty to it. So,
oh look, yeah, there the lighting has changed. Yeah.
Oh, someone's over encumbered. There's a loot goblin running away from the scene of a crime here.
And normally you wouldn't head in here without a weapon either, right? This person is seriously underpowered at the moment, seemingly. So
yeah, thank goodness there's no enemies around to cause problems, because I don't think they're ready for a fight.
Look at that tower.
Ugh, ominous. You know the vibes are bad when there's like a spiked cage just hanging over the edge. That's probably.
Yeah.
That's not great news.
I saw something glowing in that tower. It's like a big purpley light. What could that be?
Big purple light can only mean good things. I think as soon as I get through that gate, I'm running for that purple light. I'm going to touch it and nothing bad's going to happen to me. I'm sure that's absolutely fine.
Nice little overview here.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Oh, he's brave. He's heading further into the keep. Some lovely shots there.
Yeah, a few folks in chat are saying he walks weird. That's because this character is over encumbered. We've given him too much loot. So he's walking slowly, but I think that slow walk lets you soak up the atmosphere a little bit as well, to be fair. Now,
also remember, folks, this is all still in development. We're still working on this, actually.
We've got a couple of months before you get your hands on this.
Yeah.
A couple of months, a good few weeks at the bare minimum. I'm going to say weeks plural, because it's... I want my living room to look like this.
Yeah.
Apparently
Those
I
are
can't.
some vibes, yeah.
Those gargoyles as well, incredible.
Yeah.
And the windows. I remember when the first pieces of the kit got installed, the first thing they added was the windows. So there was just no texture on the floors, but just that window. And
But
I took a photo
beautiful
of it. And I was like,
windows,
oh, can I get one of these? I need them. I mean, I could look at this all day, but I think we can move on. Thank you very much, production, for showing us, for diving us into that gameplay. Now, as part of Dowden Reach, we'll be actioning a long-requested community feature. We'll be raising level caps of all skills to 99, even though the skills aren't finished yet. We've heard from you about wanting to grind out levels and not waste XP, even while the content is still due to be added later on in our development as we continue to grow and develop Ashenfall and RuneScape Dragonwilds. So, with that in mind, we'll be raising the level cap and then continually backfilling content into these skills. Not all at once. Different skills will get content added to them at different times, much like we did with Ranged and Magic before. But if you've already reached the required levels, the content that we're adding in will automatically unlock. Yeah. So you don't have to sit there and be like, no, I'm 99 and I have to go back and grind more. Yeah. And of course,
get the pre-grind on.
Get pre-grinding, and then you'll also be able to claim the skill capes for those skills.
Oh yes,
when they're added in. I have seen early sketches. I won't show them now in case you're like,
they're good.
We want to get them in game for you to see these.
Yeah.
So you can pick up a skill cape when you get that final ding. And Nye Channel has said I'm a max in Dragonwilds. Everyone's excited. I'm so glad. Kringle says time to no life skilling. Good.
Yes.
Welcome to RuneScape. Excellent. So I'm very glad about that. And I know that we had a question from Tolan. If you're out there, Tolan, in our Q&A section that we're going to get to in a minute. They asked about this, but we wanted to answer this now as it's related to the Dowden Reach update. It's coming out in this packet of updates coming out with the Dowden Reach update, so I thought it's relevant to answer it now. We'll just get ahead of ourselves.
Yep.
Now, I did flag earlier there was a little blue light in the distance. One of the things that's related to is we're refactoring rune crafting to be more of an activity. We spent plenty of time in the rune essence mines or the rune span, or generally farming rune essence and filling chest after chest with delicious Moorish runes. Between you and me, I reckon they've got the texture of shortbread. A couple of people have weighed in with different opinions. What do you think a rune tastes like?
Like cinnamon or maybe vanilla. It depends on the rune.
I was going to say, I think an earth rune is not going to taste great. A death rune is probably going to taste pretty bad.
Yeah, maybe a little bit earthy then.
Yeah, a little bit earthy. Peaty.
Peaty.
Yeah. Someone said marzipan. True. Potentially.
Yeah.
Like chalky Valentine's candies, like Love Hearts or something like that.
With licorice inside. Sorry, that's the Dutch person in me. Licorice.
I was going to say that.
Licorice and cheese.
What?
not in a single candy, of course. But...
I was going to say, you've lost me. There's chalky candy with licorice and cheese in it. Good Lord.
It's good.
Tastes like an expensive bill at the dentist. Correct. Someone in chat just said that. Tastes like an expensive bill at the dentist. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. We're creating a more dynamic experience in runecrafting where your inputs and your actions affect your yield. And those blue things are anim events. These are attuned to a particular elemental type of the anima that surges forth from the heart of Ashenfall. And so obviously you're going to use that to your advantage. Hone your skills and produce a wealth of runes as a result. I'm excited because at the moment I just stand there and I watch number go up and I get 1 million runes. So I'd like to be able to do something a bit more with it. So we're going to show some gameplay of that in the future.
I've been trying it out. I think that the players will really love it because it's got some interesting new additions to the entire crafting loop. So
excellent.
Yeah, I'm
excited. I think that's great. I'm all for it because believe me, as someone who got 99 rune crafting in RuneScape, please let me do anything else. I need something else. So we've talked about runes. We've talked about Dowden Reach. Everyone who's seen that roadmap knows the next stop on our adventure is Umbral Sands.
The Umbral Sands is due to release next summer, and it takes you to land beyond Dowden Reach in search of another Dragon General. This region is still very early on in exploration, but we're going to be sharing the journey with you. The fires of Huzan, the Red Dragon, will test you to your limits. A vast, scorched desert seared by the sun's corruption. Here, the sun itself will be the greatest threat. Its scorching exposure drains life every moment. Shade, sunset offer safety. Move carefully, plan each step beneath a burning sky, and that's exactly what Fuzan wants.
At night, the Dragon General stalks the sands, taking flight in the cool air. Familiar faces emerge in this region. Icthlarin. Nope, Icthlarin. Icthlarin, the jackal-headed demigod of the underworld, is drawn to the corruption of the sands, seeking to safeguard mortals from ruination.
You'll need the best gear you can find to survive. I'm adamant you'll be fine if you have it. It's adamant armor.
Red Dragonhide will offer more protection, and U-Wood sources will allow you to wield U-bows and staffs.
Deadly foes also stir in the heat. Kothar, elemental creatures of obsidian have risen. All of this and more serves to prepare you for the final confrontation with Koldra herself.
Pack your shorts and bring a water skin. The Umbral Sands are channeling something near and dear to our hearts. Calfights! By which, of course, I mean RuneScape. The feedback at launch was very clear. As Mod Dutch said in the video segment you saw earlier, this game is awesome. Could do with a pinch more RuneScape. So, we've channeled RuneScape into our design and art direction for Umbral Sands, bringing Al-Kharidian architecture to the continent of Ashenfall. Modrook has this to say.
Our 0.12 major update delivers our biggest region yet, the Umbral Sands. Inspired by the Kharidian desert from Gilinor's mainland, you'll encounter all sorts of things that want to kill you. From 4-armed golem-like creatures made of obsidian and magma to large insectoid calfights that scuttle across the sands. You're going to need adamant-level gear if you want to thrive and conquer this arid expanse. In terms of new gameplay mechanics, the desert is all about heat management. If you spend too long in direct sun, your thirst will rapidly increase and you'll even start taking damage, so stick to the shadows, build safe pathways across the dunes, or travel at night when it's cooler. But be warned, that's when your next dragon slaying target, Fuzan, likes to hunt tasty little adventurers such as yourselves.
I wish he called me a tasty little adventurer. Anyway, scorching sands, creepy calfights, and one tempestuous dragon. Sounds like fun. Mod Dutch. Doesn't sound like a fair fight, to be honest. It sounds like we're a little bit outnumbered.
Yeah.
Are we getting any help out here in the desert?
Absolutely, we are. So we're going to have the help of a major character from the RuneScape lore, Icthlarin. Am I saying that correctly?
First try.
Icthlarin.
Yes, there
yes.
it is.
The entire team struggles with that one, but Icthlarin, the god of the dead, but not necessarily of dying, but the guardian of dead souls traveling through the afterlife. He's there to help us. And as well, there is a faction in the Umbral Sands. You have seen them in Gornfell, and they were quite angry there, the Garou. Mm-hmm. But in the Umbral Sands, the Moon Garou, they are more gentle and more friendly. They've been hunted mercilessly by Fuzan, and they offer quests and lore, and they will trade with you. And there's an interesting backstory between Ixthlarin and the Moon Guru. Waiting for the players to discover it.
I am very excited. On screen, you can see some of the amazing designs. There is the Kothar. Some folks in chat were like, not Tokhar. No, they're different. Similar flavor, but different. And they are going to stand between you and Fuzan. So you're going to have to not just overcome the Khal fights, not just endure the scorching heat, not just befriend a sect of Moon Guru and arm yourself for a battle. You're also going to have to then fight your way through a literal wall of obsidian, and then you get to fight a dragon.
But wait, there is more.
There's more?
Yeah, but we're going to answer that in the QA section.
There is more. We are actually going to come back to this, so don't think we're done with them yet. Don't worry. In Fell Hollow, we introduced a new way to navigate. With a region as expansive as this, Modric made it very clear we want to get about quickly to not melt.
Yeah.
What's the plan there?
So the alternate mode in Fell Hollow, being Soul Rifted, was very well received by our players, and we want to do something special as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to get around quickly while the sun burns you. You need to go quickly from shadow to shadow, right? So we're going to switch things up. We're going to switch away from terror birds, though you can use them as well. But, we're going to have a different means of transportation. And it's, sort of flattish, and it lies on your living room floor, but it's also magical. Like, what could it be?
Lots of people in chat have already figured it out. Yep. Yes, correct. Saturny Luna was the first person in chat I saw that was like, it's magic carpets, right? Yes. Yep. So you're going to be able to navigate your way around a whole new world. Yes, intentional. Enjoy. I'm very excited to see that come together. I'm not going to sing it. Don't bully me. Anyway, we're going to share more about that as we get closer to it. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to share all of this because I'm seeing a lot of this stuff coming together at the moment. I'm particularly excited for more Khal fight content to come your way very, very soon. So there's lots to be excited for there. But some of you may remember that just before Fell Hollow released, we hosted a big old giveaway. And we and you have been patiently waiting to draw those winners. Let's waste no more time and let's get on with it. Our team of wizards has drawn the winners forth, and they are, deep breath, Rick, Albina, Algazanth, Altoyad, Awkward Mike, Bamboo 5956, Below the Sky, Bicossa, Campin Carl 21, Christoph 0394, Croak King, Disander, Desirat, Diego Moreira, Druthi, French Toast Mafia, HGFF9, Infected Santa, It's Tunes, Jaxi, Jalimbo 23, Janny B, JP Sol, King of the Lair, KOTR Jimbo, Lieutenant Mango Tango, Mimpo 8734, Mommy Mesa, Musocalypse, Nestarian, Ninja Bubbles 777, Knockney, Phil _OOU, Pookie, Kutuk, Ricky Bobby, Rodego, Xing Xing, Sertako, Skeleton Jazz Wizard, Sorel, Specshaikta, Spesho, Sven Rudbean 1, The Sleepy Sheep, Tia 8874, Tunk, Wolf 2749, ZZM Armory. You may now spam chat with Rigged. Thank you. I know Twitch chat, I know my audience. You're allowed to start shouting Rigged. Congratulations to everyone. But of course, we're also giving away 3-star Forge PCs like this beautiful one on your screen with the iconic art from old school RuneScape, so much of which has inspired our direction, our aesthetics, and our vibes. They are lovely. I want one so badly. I need it, but I don't get one. Let's waste no more time on this. We've got 3 winners here. Congratulations to Walkable Tuna, Hatchet, and our very own, I can't believe I'm saying this, our very own Falador White Knight, Sir Theodore. Theo, congratulations. Are you kidding me? Excellent stuff. I know you've been talking about wanting to take nicer photos and screenshots in RuneScape for years. Congratulations. No excuse now. I expect a beautiful screenshot every day for the rest of time. I feel really good and warm and fuzzy about that.
So I just want to say that I am stunned that you did that you read that list that fast.
Did you think I was going to take ages for that?
That was amazing. Did you know that there was a Dutch name on there as well, but you mispronounced it because you said something sort of English sounding, but it's actually it's Spekschieter. Spekschieter.
Thank you. There we go. See, corrected. I needed that. So, excellent stuff. There you go. See, I couldn't have hoped to pronounce that correctly. I'm not even going to try. So, should we give away another PC? I feel really good about that.
Yes,
I know we said 3, but should we be naughty? Why not? One more name, please.
All right.
Oran2241. Congratulations. A Starforge PC will be making its way to you once we've heard from you. If your name was called, you can expect a message from us on Discord over the next few days. I'm going to have to message you. It's a lot of work. Please don't bully me if it takes a while to get your details, and we'll ship you your goodies. Congratulations to all of our winners today. And if you weren't one of the winners this time, fear not, my friend. This won't be the last giveaway we do, right?
Nope.
I mean, as our community grows and our game grows, we want to be able to give back and be grateful. So listen out for more giveaways like this one in the future. We'll post them everywhere. Steam, Reddit, Discord, all sorts of places. Same time next summit?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So we've been talking to you in Discord and in Reddit and all over the place. And we put out a call on Discord specifically for questions. If you do want to join the Discord, !Discord in the chat should work. Oh, look at that. It's on the screen. Oh, they're good, aren't they? Our first question is from Nullpoint Surge, who wants to know, will we ever be able to officially fix Bramblemead Village and the other villages that are also in ruins, similar to Bramblemead? Perhaps able to find survivors, allowing them to come back to life and fill these barren villages up once more?
So I'm going to say something that you always say, which is the future is a mystery to us all.
I love that.
But I get where the question is coming from. But first, Kuldra needs to fall, right? Because as long as she lives, nothing is going to be able to live a normal life on Ashenfall. So it's going to be a while. But stay tuned, I would say.
Another question from Nullpoint Search. What a popular chap. What do you think about the idea of making the tower a dungeon of sorts? We have to go up a select number of floors to reach a dragon. That could have made the defeat of Velgar and Immeru even more deserving and satisfying than it already did. The floors could increase in difficulty until you reach the boss. What do you think?
I think that that's actually a pretty awesome idea. There is a lot of verticality coming in future updates. You've seen Down and Reach. So, but yeah, it's a cool idea.
I love the idea of having to fight you. I mean, all of it's a fight for survival. All of it's a fight to reach the dragon. But being able to say, okay, this is it, and I'm going for this, and running in and taking on the tower, like so many other games that we love. Yeah. I see the vision, so who knows? We have a question from Tunstel, who says, are there plans to increase the size of Ashenfall significantly? I recently took a peek into the original RuneScape and old school RuneScape worlds of Gielinor and realized they suffer from exactly the same thing. You can traverse the entirety in minutes. To put this in perspective versus another game from around the same time period, Asheron's Call, before my time, maybe you're familiar with it, it took hours to run across the entire world space, and run was a trainable skill and considerably faster, relatively speaking. What do you think?
I will be honest, I haven't heard that name a long time, Asheron's Call, but it's a fair question. I want to remind everybody that for now we are primarily a survival game, and that is what we're going to be staying this year at the very least, but we've got exciting plans for the future. So I don't think you will be disappointed where we're going, but for now, we're going to try and get there with the current content that we've got and the future content that we've got, and you're going to be satisfied with that.
What am I supposed to say with an answer like that? Incredible. We have a question from DW, great name, great initials, who wanted to know, will there be endgame content similar to the Inferno in old school? I've never killed Zerk. I've been pleb filtered too many times, but I'm familiar with the Inferno. They said they want to see if there'll be content that only the most skilled Dragonwilds players can complete and show off their rewards proudly.
Yeah. So balancing a game like Dragonwilds for multiple audiences, people who like it a little bit more cozy or who don't want it so difficult, all the way to people who really want to test their skills, is kind of tricky, but we've got you. In Umbral Sands, something that's called the Nightmare Crucible will be coming, and you will be able to test your skills there. Don't worry. You gotta wait a little bit longer, but it's going to be there, and you're gonna be happy with that.
I'm sure the fact that there's a thing called the Nightmare Crucible is fine. That's nothing to worry about. That's, yep, someone in chat, Brian said Monka S. Indeed, yeah, that's terrifying. We have a question from Acid, who said, could we see OSRS-style skilling pets in Dragonwilds? Obviously, it would need to fall in line with Dragonwilds being less grindy, so the pets might be less rare, but I think it could be a great thing chasing after some kind of pet or variation through skilling.
Yeah. So stuff like this is always on our mind, right? We released mounts. We're always thinking about features like this. There is only so much time in everything that we need to do and we want to deliver to you. But I can say that we have been thinking about this, and it will take us a while to get there, but we've got some amazing surprises in store for you. Like I said, it's going to take a while, but it's going to be good.
It's so tempting to just say the future is a mystery to us all for all of these answers, isn't it? As soon as I introduced you to the powerful phrase,
yes,
it's wonderful. So we've got a question from Return of the Shat. I hope I've pronounced that right. I'm so sorry. With the minor updates between major updates, will any of them focus on taking you back to old regions or just in the new regions presented? So, for example, after the release of Dowden Reach, will we just be in Dowden, or quests popping up in old regions? Would be great to keep us going back there with a purpose.
Yeah. Really good question, and I've got some good news for you. This month we're dropping something really interesting in the minor updates. Stay tuned, because indeed we are going to try and go back to earlier zones and add some new content there, some interesting new bits and bobs, and yeah, stay tuned for that.
There you go. That was timely. And we have a question from Yoao Machado, who wants to know, is there a planned release window on consoles? I've picked Yoao, but I know that about 100,000 people in chat, there have been countless messages, people asking for more info about consoles or more platforms. Yeah. Can you tell us anything?
So I totally get the question, because consoles, what would be more amazing than having RuneScape on consoles, right? It would be absolutely amazing if that were to happen. But I can't say anything at the moment. That is for a later date to be discussed, but stay tuned.
We'll be sharing more throughout the year with updates on which platforms and when. But until then, I think our lips are sealed.
Yeah.
God, I want to tell you so badly, but I'll get told off by grown-ups. So I'm very sorry to say that. What is the biggest, we have a question from Delfina Gomez Vasquez, who wants to know, what is the biggest change you made based exclusively on player feedback since the early access launch? And as someone who is so close to the community, I feel like I can handle this one.
Go on.
I think it's RuneScapiness. I think it's an element that when we launched, we had a very clear vision of the kind of game we wanted to make. We wanted to draw on inspiration from RuneScape and old school RuneScape and pay homage to the world of RuneScape, but make our own thing, put our own spin on it, have our own voice. And folks very clearly said, oh, this is awesome. I just wish it was slightly more RuneScape. Yep. I wish it had more of this, had more of that. And we've continually been adding and refining that in lots of different ways. It's not just in, oh, I'd love it if we had scimitars. Good news, we do. I wish we had hit splats. You do. More of the music, more of the vibes that you've come to expect, but even stuff like we're speeding up our work on dedicated servers. We're aiming for a release date in March, around the release of Dowden Reach. If we can get those lined up, that would be amazing, so that you can grind even if your buddy who's hosting a world isn't online. You can just jump into dedicated servers and just power through, just like you do with RuneScape and old school. So those elements that we initially were like, we're kind of doing our own thing, very clearly we understood that actually we kind of need to embrace that more.
Yeah.
And that was entirely based on the player feedback and hearing the players, and people like More Dutch getting yelled at or getting bored to tears with me repeatedly saying, think it needs to be more RuneScapey. And eventually just wearing down over time.
You are the only one that can yell at me and then make me bored to tears as well, Doom.
I am a man of many talents. What can I say?
You are.
And we've got another question from Delfina from Gaming Coffee in Argentina, who wants to know, Dowden Reach arrives in March. We've kind of talked about this a little bit. How vertical will this area be compared to the flatlands of Fell Hollow? Will there be more caves and vaults? What will there be?
So the answer is absolutely. You've seen the video. There will be a lot more verticality, and there will be so many things to discover and to explore. It is going to scratch that itch.
I can't wait. It looks so good. And we'll be showing more of that as we get closer. Essentially, the road to Dowden will be beginning in March. We're going to just start sharing more and more of the behind the scenes, the concept art, and everything that you're coming to expect from us and us sharing our journey with you. February, we're still focusing on Fell Hollow and everything you need to get through to get to Dowden Reach. So don't worry, we're not done with Fell Hollow yet. So you can look forward to it very soon. There is a question in the chat that I've just spotted that isn't on the list of ones that I'd grabbed just to put them on the doc so I could see them. One from Shanismo, who said, will we be able to host our own dedicated servers? Yes, you will. We'll be using the same Steam tooling that other people have come to expect. So if you're familiar with that, you know how to do it, you know what you're up to, great. No worries. You can set up your own and run it in your own time, and then you'll be all set. So you don't have to use a provider that can host one for you. If you know how to do it and you're comfortable doing that, you can. So you've got that opportunity to do that. Lots of people saying they're excited for that. Good. I'm glad. Thank you all for those wonderful questions. We are very nearly done. I know it's been a bit of a whistle-stop tour through everything, but a lot to be excited for. But what kind of summit would it be if we didn't have one more thing?
The final battle. The big baddie. The wilderness. And yes, rune armor. Bleak ruins, blackened rock, auroras in the sky. This is a place of power. The fate of Ashenfall is in your hands.
Iceni descend on this ravaged landscape, and as you close in on the heart of the anima storms, you will prepare yourself for the final confrontation with Coldra, the God Eater. Maybe pack a lunch for this one. We're so excited to show you what's coming, but we've got a lot of work ahead of us before we reach the Scorned Wilderness.
He's so good. He gets me so excited about everything. When he gets into it, Modraven is crazy. But this is it. The final showdown. The multi-headed dragon, Coldra, sits in her lair, ready to strike down any mortal foolish enough to challenge the God Eater. I have seen this art for years, and it's finally... We're going to have to do this, aren't we?
Yeah.
No.
It is actually one of the first pieces of key art that we made, and we always knew that we were going to build this creature, this multi-headed dragon, for you to fight, and that is going to be one of the big challenges for the player, the biggest challenges for the player, but also a big challenge for us, because that is going to be so awesome, but also so complex to build.
Exactly, and we're at a stage in development where we have a vision of what we want Scorned Wilderness to be. We know obviously we're able to talk about it. We're sharing these visions of the wilderness and this devastated anima-torn landscape, and we can't wait. But also we want to make sure that we're making something that feels really epic and challenging and like a final battle, because that dragon's got to go. So you're going to have to fight that dragon, unfortunately. I know it's scary, but you're going to have to be really brave. But we're going to try and build this and explore lots of ideas and share it with players. And maybe we'll be throwing out some ideas at very early stages. Maybe we'll just come out with something, and that we've just got that clear understanding of this is exactly the loop of this area. We know what this is going to be. I'm very excited. All I want is that dragon gear. I can't wait.
Yes.
Lots of people are excited for the ancient staff. I know people are seeing that, but that dragon gear is calling my name.
We've got so much work to do, but
work.
it's going to be so awesome.
And who better to talk about the awesome work that's coming than Modrook? Let's hear it from him one more time.
Yes.
For our final major update of the Cauldron Saga, you'll be taking on the big bad, the god-eating Queen of Dragons herself, in the Scorned Wilderness. This final area is a focus gauntlet of intense survival pressure. As you work to gather everything you need for rune-level equipment, you'll progress through a multi-layered boss raid, chipping away at Cauldra as she tries to chomp at you with any one of her 5 gigantic heads. It's gonna be one hell of a showdown in classic RuneScape style.
It's all come full circle, huh? You start off being like, I'm going to chop a dragon's head off. And now they're like, all right, do that 5 times.
Yes.
I bet you can't. So I'm excited. I can't wait. And that's going to be us just showing so much of the work in progress. And as soon as we're ready to share stuff, I think we're going to be sharing stuff. It's so exciting. Folks are already speculating about what they're going to spec into, what weapon class they're going to need, whether they're going melee, mage, ranged, whatever it is.
They're gonna need to throw everything in the kitchen sink at it, right?
Yep. That is the one thing Cauldra can't pray against is kitchen sinks. She's not figured out how to defend against those yet. So I'm so excited about all of that. Gosh, it looks so fun, doesn't it? Well, good news. It's all coming your way throughout 2026. And if you've already picked the game up during early access, just wait. It's all going to be coming your way, and you can just soak it up and enjoy the vibes. Jump in when you want and join us on the journey. In fact, you can join us on Discord. Get on Reddit. As soon as this summit is over, we're going to be spooling up a mega thread, so you're going to be able to look back at everything that has come before. You can type !blog, and there'll be a link. It's not up yet. I'm going to have to go and publish that blog the moment this stream is over, but you can have a look back at everything you've just seen, anything you might have missed, and insights into what's coming. This has been an incredible last 9 months for us on RuneScape Dragonwilds. I can't believe that we've got to do a summit. In a month of amazing summits, we get to do our own RuneScape Dragonwilds Summit.
It is so great to be able to share all of this progress.
I know, and if you're watching at home, folks, on the Dragonwilds team, and everyone who's been working here at Jagex to make RuneScape Dragonwilds possible, thank you. Your hard work is so incredible, and we are so humbled to be able to show all this awesome work that you guys have done to make this a possibility. And I can't believe we've been able to fill a summit with content. I mean, as for the next one of these, RuneFest? Yeah, October 3rd and 4th at the NEC Birmingham. That sounds pretty good. I think we could, I'll be there. Are you going to be there?
I am definitely going to be there.
I don't think you have a choice. I think I'm going to need you there. Great. It's a date. We'll see you there. Awesome. We'll see you there. Until then, be good. Thank you so much for joining us today. It has been an absolute pleasure to share all of these early looks at everything coming your way. And until then, take care. Remember to stay hydrated, grow crops, don't get eaten by a dragon, and we'll see you in Ashenfall. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
See you in Ashenfall, adventurers.
Bye.
Vel